We are live.
Yes, we are. Welcome in. Welcome in. This is the Tilt is Real Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm your host, James Crease. My co-host, FF One of a Kind, over there, out there in the rain, man. Just chilling with the vibes. What's going on, dude?
Love it. Hanging out outside. Yeah, the Rain Man, literally.
Any day you get to watch live football is a great day.
Hey, and our producer coming in from the chef's table in the studio, Mr. John Swanson. What's up, my dude?
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? This is our very first live broadcast.
Yes,
indeed.
You have a question, jump in on the chat.
Absolutely. Send them in. We'll be happy to answer them. Everybody's just excited about football, though, right? Like, this is the moment we've been waiting for all summer with all this nonsense going on. And we finally just get to enjoy some football tonight, and it's going to be great.
We had a little technical difficulty with our first stream. Hopefully we'll get some people back in. One question was from Marlowe in Atlantic City. Guys, am I starting Fournette this week?
Depending on where you drafted him, depending on roster construction, I think you might have to start him. If you drafted him earlier on when he was still going to be on the Jags and you took him in the second, third, fourth round and you have to start him, then yeah, go for it. Unless you have another option, I would definitely start him.
I don't know. I think I'd be hesitant to see how like you said, the
roster construction, like what other options do you have?
Yeah, if you're playing him as a flex play, I mean, you probably have a better option.
I'd be very curious to know who your other options are.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good point. I hope she comes back in and
come back in and tell us who else you have on your team, because you got to put it in context. I mean, you might. I would start him as a flex probably because I drafted him in a spot where I need to start him, especially if there's a lot of injuries going on this week. There's a lot of hamstrings popping up. You know, you have your Kenny Galladays and Amari Cooper a little bit with the hamstring, so you don't know what's going on with a lot of players right now. So if you have Fournette, you know he's going to play, he's going to have a role, and he might find a way to fall into the end zone, so he could be a decent flex play.
Hey, listen, if he's less than 4 yards away from the end zone,
right,
you can probably count on him going in.
Well, he didn't do it last year, but it was a different offensive line. You know, it's a different offensive line.
We're here to talk about Thursday Night Kickoff.
Yes,
it's here. It's finally here.
It's upon us.
Oh. Whoever did not see "'Twas the Night Before" kickoff video.
"'Twas the night before football."
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Yes, sir.
Sorry. I'm enjoying the festivities before kickoff. It's called
the Oscar
Crack the Can. Crack the Can.
Mr. Swanson with
the awesome YouTube video. A lot of fun helping out on that project.
Thanks.
It was a lot of fun. We threw it together.
3 or 4 hours.
3 or 4 hours of filming. Yes.
Jeff did a great job behind the camera. You really did.
Thank you.
Chef's the neighbors here probably were wondering
why is the Grinch running around and down the street?
Why is he doing the Naruto run down the street?
Because he's excited about football, damn it. That's why.
Yeah, we're live. I don't know what's going on here, though.
I know we're live because the little clock is telling me we're live. So
talk about Thursday Night Kickoff. Oh boy,
what's going on?
That out of there. Nothing. So, what do you guys want to talk about? I got a couple things that we can go over.
Talk to me about Brandon Cooks, man. Last minute gut check. You know what I mean? We're at that
last minute gut check. Yeah.
What are you deciding to do with Brandon Cooks? Because that's the big one right now. He's active. He's going to play.
Is he going to play?
Yes.
I'm not starting him. I'm not putting him on my roster.
Even though Brashad Breeland isn't playing, like the Chiefs secondary.
No, it doesn't matter. I think they're gonna if he's in there, he's gonna be there as a decoy to spread open the safety work a little bit, to keep them honest, keep the secondary honest. I don't trust him as a fantasy asset this year in general, and the fact that he was injured all week and hasn't practiced in how long? 2 weeks?
Right, but I mean the draft stock though, where you took him, you were thinking about starting him, so now you have to pivot. If you're gonna pivot, do you take Randall Cobb or Mecole Hardman? Let's say, and like, if we're gonna talk about guys from this game, you have them both on your roster. They're somewhere later down there. What are you doing? I know what Mr. Swanson's gonna do. You know what I mean? Given those two options, but the chef might like Cobb.
I do like Cobb. I like Randall Cobb a lot, especially in this game.
Right.
We don't know the usage with David Johnson yet in the passing game. So I'm eager to look to see what Deshaun Watson's safety net is going to be. Is it going to be Randall Cobb in the slot, or is it going to be David Johnson, dump down passes to David Johnson? Obviously, Will Fuller is the main target tonight for Deshaun Watson. I'm eager to see what he's going to do.
You know,
he burned Kansas City twice when they played him last year. So
and no Breland. So yeah, it's going to be a tough night. I think it's going to be a shootout. That's why I'm so excited for this game, because I think it's going to be a complete shootout. But Mr. Swanson, you taking Cobb, or would you take a flyer on your high flyer, Mecole?
Mecole Hardman, ladies and gentlemen. Mecole Hardman. I have him in 4 out of 5 leagues right now. That doesn't mean I'm starting him in all of those leagues, but in my most important league, the one that
your league of record,
dearest to my heart, and this is a league of record that will be around forever because it's the Dynasty League.
Right.
Yes, because I was after Mecole Hardman from jump, drafted him as a rookie. I love seeing what he's doing. I love to watch. That's what's great about Dynasty, is being able to watch players that you really saw something in begin to develop and come really into their own. And it's like so beautiful to see. It's like you got a puppy or something.
You know, you love him because you've been offered some nice deals. You've been offered Debo for him. You've been offered some nice packages.
I have.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, no, my price for Mecole is too high.
Good for you.
And
good for you. I think tonight's this coming out party, man. I feel excited about Mecole.
I think he scores tonight. Mecole scores
tonight. I think so too.
Mm-hmm. I think
I think there's some kind of double move gadget play, something that gets him open really deep, man. I think so.
All right.
There's so many other people to pay attention to.
And speaking of other people to pay attention to, what's your feeling or take on Sammy Watkins doing it again week 1 this year?
He starts and finishes, right?
Last year, what did he have? 190 yards and
game. Bam.
He almost had 200 yards and a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. Right. He went off week 1. He went off in the Super Bowl. It always happens.
I had him in the Megalo Bowl, stacked up with Patrick Mahomes, and I thought I had a gold mine, and then the floor dropped off.
But do I trust him? No.
I think since he is the wide receiver 2, I trust him a little bit more than on my roster tonight than Mecole Hardman.
Me, John Swanson, and me say Mecole.
My man
is the number 2, but like with a shadow on it, like the shadow behind it, like a Mario Kart when you had like you're racing yourself, but like the shadows behind it. That's Mecole. Mecole's like right there, and all it takes is Sammy to not.
The crazy thing is
stuff, and then it's
with that offense. The crazy thing is the 2 is really Travis Kelce. Like it's Tyreek Hill and then it's Travis Kelce. So target wise, it's going to be.
It's a good point.
Who's the third guy? Is it going to be Sammy Watkins?
Is the third guy?
He's going to come in. See, now what are we talking about? A wide receiver 4, but the one with the more upside out of those 2 is Mecole, because all it takes is 2 plays from him. Like the most efficient quarterback rating last year on deep passes was Mahomes to Mecole. It's just that he didn't get the opportunities. Shout out to FF Intervention for that little tidbit right there. But yeah, Mecole, it is, and Mecole's absolutely awesome. He just didn't get the opportunity. So if he does tonight, 3 or 4 targets is really all it takes for Mecole.
Okay, so we're talking about Mecole. We're talking about CEH in the backfield. Travis Kelce.
Are there any questions coming? Am I not seeing it? I don't know.
No, I'm not seeing any questions, but we're making up our own questions as we go along. I was prepared for this.
We got Twitter, we got Facebook, and where the questions are going to be coming from, or does it? They
just need to come in and post them, and they would show up in the chat if they were doing it.
Oh, they would.
Yes, they would. I'm controlling that now. So ask your questions in the chat on the stream. Join in on Facebook Live on the Tilt is Real Facebook page. We are at YouTube at the FF Chef or the Tilt is Real. And live on my Periscope feed on Twitter is FF Chef _chef. Jump in, ask some questions, view us, comment. If I'm not doing it right, then I guess I don't know.
We have another chance to do it on Sunday, so we're gonna
Sunday morning we're gonna do the tilt.
Sunday morning tilt is going to be lit, answering flex questions, roster construction for the week. Should be fun, lots of fun.
Quick reminder for everybody: if you have someone playing tonight and he's still in your flex spot, take him out of that flex spot.
My man,
move him out of that flex spot. Don't be that. Don't.
I have it going. I picked up Randall Cobb in one of my leagues, in one of my dynasty leagues, and I have to play him this week. I am I have very low depth at the wide receiver position. I am playing in in my wide receiver 2 spot this week. Not too happy about it, but that's the one I'm going to be watching the most because it had a lot of question marks with Randall Cobb. I have a good feeling about Randall Cobb. But let's go back to the Kansas City side of the ball. Who's scoring the first touchdown for the Kansas City Chiefs? With 4 number 1 fantasy players on the Chiefs, or projected number 1s.
Yeah, projected top 5s for sure.
We'll take Patrick Mahomes out of it because I don't think he runs in the first touchdown. He has weapons for that. But out of those 3, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who gets the first touchdown for the Kansas City Chiefs Thursday Night Football?
You know what Mr. Swanson's going to say? He's going to say Mecole. That's why what he's saying.
We're taking Mecole out of the conversation.
Okay,
if you wanted to throw him in there.
Oh, well, listen. We don't have to just take him out of the conversation like he's just some, like
leave him in there.
Guy off the street that's, no. Okay. I'm tempering my expectations here. I think Mecole's going to have a great game. Do I think he scores the first touchdown? No. I think the first touchdown goes to Kelce.
Okay,
Travis Kelce.
I mean, he's a likely candidate. Yeah, he's a likely, not Jason Kelce from your Eagles. No, he's a.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that I clarified.
He's a likely candidate. He's a likely suspect. I don't know. With that offense, that's the great thing about it is you have no idea. You don't know what weapon's going to be the one that hits, what's going to happen for that offense. It could be any of those weapons. On any given play, any one of them can go to the house.
Shout out to Bill Schneider. What's going on, man? I see you. I see you out there. It's in the chat. Alex, what's up, brother? How you doing?
My man, Bill.
My man, Butters.
Alex. Oh, Mantequilla, let's go.
Butters is in here. Yo,
man.
I don't know why I can't see the chat. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here.
Bree said she
this is our first one, so bear with us. Somebody's got a question.
I think I got it. Hang on. We're gonna let's continue.
What's that sound?
Yeah. I'm eager to answer some of those questions, though, man.
There we go. Now I can see the chat in the Facebook room. What's up, my man? What's up, my man Butters? Bill Schneider is in here.
That's what's up.
What's up?
And
everybody excited for some football tonight. It's going to be awesome.
It's here.
It is here, bro.
It's here, 35. And it's on schedule.
Yep.
Which is more than I could ask for any professional sport.
Yeah,
it's
man.
Here. Just do something on schedule.
They're doing a good job. I mean, I think they're going to have 15,000 fans in the stands tonight in Kansas City. 17,000. There you go. That's why you're the producer.
I think it's 17.
And my friend Derek, longtime friend Derek, is up there.
What's up, D?
What's up, Derek? How you doing, man?
Welcome in.
We're a little frozen. Are we a little frozen here?
Nah, you're good. You're good.
Are you frozen?
Yeah, you might be frozen.
Possibly. No, I'm good. I'm switching back and forth now, and now I'm looking at it. Now I'm realizing that I have to go to each thing.
Make 2 windows.
The chef is behind it. The chef is behind the wheel right now. The producer.
Yeah, man.
Throw him up the hand signals.
I should be.
I don't know what to do.
I don't know why I can't. Yeah. Oh, that's why. There we go. Nope. See, that's not it. Some destinations won't get comments.
This is a dry run, but it sounds great.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Are you still not looking at the comment? There's a question on the comments.
Well, should I start Mecole?
Who asked that?
No, it's not.
Brianna, Eileen.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for asking, Brianna, Eileen. You should start Mecole Hartman tonight.
Again, check your rosters always. It depends. You might have a better option. You know what I mean? But it's a worthwhile shot. If you're playing DFS and you want to put somebody in your lineup that's not going to cost a lot and has a good chance to score and go off and can give you a boom week, Mecole's that dude.
I want to know how much Mecole costs because Randall Cobb right now, I'm pretty sure, is going for 4,900. No, is it? No, I think it's Adam Lazard. Adam Lazard's going for 4,900. I'm thinking of a different team.
He's under $5,000 because I was looking at Curtis Samuel.
Yeah.
I was looking at a couple guys, and Curtis Samuel is down there. He's pretty affordable. He's under 5. So guys like that have a boom type potential because they run sub 4.3 speed and play on an offense that's going to feature them and give them a little bit of a chance to get a deep catch at some point. And Mecole can do it to you on the kick return, punt return game too, and those points count for fantasy as well. So that's another weapon, like another part of his arsenal.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to figure this out.
Keep doing that, Chef. I'll talk to Mr. Swanson. Look, so what about our boy, right? CEH. Like, is it really time? Like, is he gonna do the Kareem Hunt? Is he gonna do the Kareem Hunt thing from a couple years ago, from 2017, where he just went off? He went bonkers, 22 touches, over 240. 3 touchdowns.
Andy Reid, man. Andy Reid knows how to run a running back system. Honestly, I believe it. I really believe that CEH is gonna do exactly what you just said. And I'm one that would normally be like, new running back, new system. I know there's a lot of talent with these guys coming out of college, but it's Andy Reid coming off a Super Bowl. And a big thing too, an important thing that I was thinking about is the Chiefs actually and the Texans too. There are 2 teams that have maintained their entire coaching staff through COVID and through the whole
offseason, everything. There was no turnover, right?
There's no turnover. Like there's no, have to learn a new scheme in a world where everything's upside down. It's the same staff. That goes a long way.
They actually had the players too, 21 out of 22 returning starters until Turiaf went out and now Breeland is injured, but they still have like 20 of their 22 starters from the Super Bowl last year. So when you keep that kind of continuity around, that's why like the guys on the team are leaking it a little bit to the press, and they're telling people like, you haven't seen anything like what Patrick Mahomes has been doing this summer to us in camp. And that's Steve Spagnuolo, a Super Bowl winning defensive coordinator, and a good defense with the Honey Badger and Frank Clark and Chris Jones. And if he's doing it to them on a daily basis where they're wowed and amazed, I can't wait for tonight. Can't wait. I know he's not going to pull off that behind the back stuff.
32 minutes away. We're 32 minutes away from.
It's unbelievable.
Man, I hope everybody is as excited as we are.
You should be. Like, why wouldn't you be excited?
I'm just looking at it on the TV right now. There's no one there. Someone's got a Willy Wonka cutout. Oh my God, there's a Willy Wonka cutout, an elf cutout, a cutout of Ralphie from A Christmas Story. Is that Lando Calrissian?
That's one F on that kickoff day.
Lando Cal, got a Lando cutout.
I'm trying to get my feet in the water here with this
while we're
technology.
On it, we're live. We're shooting the shit, Mr. Swanson. Who wins tonight? I've been seeing a lot of people go the other way and try to be contrarian. Give us the prediction. Give us the Swami score.
The Kansas City Chiefs win tonight 33-27.
Okay. So you heard that's still the over. That's still the over.
Which is still the over because the line's what, 54?
Right. The line's 54. The last time they played in the playoffs, it was 51-31.
Oh, that's cool.
51.
We got the thing at the bottom. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm just really excited about this. That's cool.
Yeah, it popped up. That's pretty cool. So it was 51-31 last time they played. That's 82 points, man. So like way over. And then the time before that was 34-27. So that's a closer game, but still over. I'm gonna take the over. I'm gonna go big time. I'm gonna go like 41-38. Some kind of like epic Kansas City by 3 late. I say it's 38. I say it's 38-35, and somehow they mess around and give Mahomes the ball back with like 2 minutes left, and he does his thing, and they come back and win the game.
Oh my God, I can't wait. I can't wait. I just can't wait.
Someone asked Softman. I guess it's not Hardman. I guess that was your battle on me, Cole Hardman before.
Yeah.
Our man Dustin from our home primary.
He's trying to say he's Softman instead of Hartman.
He's trolling the Swanson a little bit.
He's trolling me, Cole. That's what he's doing.
I can't wait to torch everybody, all the Meat Cole naysayers.
Listen, I love it when that happens.
It's gonna look bad if I'm wrong.
First year players that don't necessarily jump off the page and get like 900 yards. Like last year, you had Terry McLaurin, AJ Brown, and DK Metcalf. They all went off and had like 900 yards. That doesn't always happen. And we were doing some research beforehand, and we were talking, Chef. But Mecole Hardman could be one of those that just takes the leap, like Darius Slayton. Like they're in the right system and in the right situation. And if he takes the job and he's the clear-cut number 2, like if he comes out shining, and Sammy Watkins kind of didn't want to play, and he wasn't sure if he was coming back, and he takes games off and whatnot. Like Mecole can definitely have an opportunity on the best offense, maybe the best offense we've ever seen. Like they have a chance to be historic. And if he's a part of that, dude, why not?
He was in the league for 1 year and he's got a Super Bowl ring. If that doesn't put a fire under you, I'm not just saying it's going to have anything to do, but come on.
And you're playing with the GOAT, like the new GOAT. Like you're playing with the best dude.
What is that?
Yeah, that's a troll.
Get that off there.
That's trolling. That's trolling.
Are you trolling? Are you trolling that upstairs right now?
I don't know what happened.
Am I being trolled by the chef? I'm trying to.
That's some chef's cooking up some old soft serve ice cream with that. That's terrible.
Soft serve ice cream.
Yeah,
I like it. We have some more questions on Facebook.
Read them off if you see them.
Drew Huggard asks, who starts this week in Jacksonville? What's up, Drew?
I'm assuming
he says, who starts this week in Jacksonville, and if the split downs, who's the go-to guy?
it's got to be James
So-
Robinson at this point because by right, Chef, by law,
it's James Robinson this
Right.
week.
it has to be.
You're not.
Figbo's banged up. Right armstring's hurt.
You're really not. Find a better option. Find a better option. If you are playing him as your RB2, that means you waited way too long or drafted. I'd rather play Leonard Fournette over him. That's for sure. The Jags are going to go up against that Colts defense.
That's a tough matchup. You're right.
It's a real tough matchup.
So why not pivot and go Chris Thompson and take the flyer on the fact that he's
I would rather go
healthy?
Chris Thompson.
Yeah,
if I was going to play one of them, it would be Chris Thompson in a flex play over James Robinson because they are going to have to throw the ball. That's a good point. Yeah.
Oh, Brianna Eileen asks, does David Johnson score? Good question.
I think they find a way to get him into the end zone. I think they do. I think they find a way.
David Johnson finds a way to get himself into the end zone because
but you got it. I mean, yes. I don't know about a big play.
I feel so I'm like a bleeding heart, low key David Johnson guy, just for his plight, because he used to be. I mean, just after the injury, it was a wrist injury. It wasn't like
It wasn't anything massive that hurt him.
And I just
he's
feel
otherwise healthy. He was just in a bad.
And then he was in a bad system where they didn't want to do anything with him, and that just drove everybody crazy who owned him and who was a fan in Arizona. And I don't know, man. I think he's out for blood. I think he wants to be the David Johnson that he was supposed to be, but everybody else around him was like, nah.
He got a chance. Carlos Hyde was around 1,000 yards last year, so he's going to get an opportunity in Houston, and they really like to feature the running back. So in Arizona, they were running that outside zone scheme, and he was just not fast enough to do that anymore. Like, he's not at that speed. But if you're running the RPO and you're running a bunch of draw plays, they love to line up in the shotgun. He's going to be next to Deshaun Watson all day in the shotgun. I don't know how much Duke Johnson eats into his work early on in the season, like for tonight, but I think he finds the way to get into the end zone because Bill O'Brien's going to be looking to prove people wrong that he traded away Nuke for nothing, but he's going to try to show people that he got David Johnson and like old David Johnson.
So Dustin, I'm able to see Dustin's chat now for some reason. I don't know why that happened.
Maybe you have to be following The Tilt is Real or something in order for it to, or subscribed to us. Can you subscribe on Facebook? I'm bad at Facebook, man.
Oh yeah. I mean, if they're linked to the page, they should be able to see it. They should be able to watch it. They have to write in the chat on the live screen. They have to tap into the live thing. I don't know. Ask Dustin how he did it because Dustin did it. I don't know.
Dustin, how you do that?
If they're just commenting on the live stream, then no, I can't see that. They actually have to jump into the chat room. So DJ, I think he gets into the end zone. I kind of missed that conversation a little bit. I apologize.
We're still having the conversation. We didn't divert from. We didn't pivot yet, so technically we're still there.
We and the way she worded that though, it's pretty cool because DJ, one of them, Duke Johnson or David Johnson, one of them is getting in, right? So that's a trick question.
There's just a place to comment. Look at that. Take a screenshot and post it in the chat.
Can I ask you a question? Yeah. Just a place. This is so cool. You can do it. You can only do this stuff, right? I
have to be running the board.
All right. This is cool. It's like you're the producer today.
Switching hats.
A little bit.
And you're cooking up the hot takes with Miko Hartman. Let's go. You're cooking them up.
It's definitely a hot take.
I got chills. This is so cool.
Welcome to what I do every Tuesday night, but I've just never ran one before. So this is pretty fun. And don't take that the wrong way. No, I just go in and watch another podcast.
Like a murder mystery podcast or a football?
No, it's a fantasy football podcast.
Right. Shout out. Is it a cooking podcast?
I watch the Open Bar podcast every Tuesday night. Shout out to J Mike. Shout out to Gabe.
True.
That's how actually I got friended with Tyler Gunther. Shout out to the guys at DHH. Both Juan and I.
Yes, sir. We're privileged and lucky enough to write for them. Yes.
It's definitely a privilege to write for them. And
absolutely, brother. Fantastic team, dude. A little
bit.
You learn so much from just being in the chats with them and talking to them and all the information that comes through, all the articles that everybody writes. Like, they're amazing and they give you all this knowledge. Like, you made fun of me earlier with the whole Rain Man comment, but things stick to my head for whatever reason. And being in those chats and being in those rooms with them, so much goes in there and a lot of it sticks and a lot of it, it helps for sure.
Drew asked another question.
Go ahead.
What does it say? It says he wants to trade away AJ Green. Oh no, that's not a question. He says AJ Green is the I can't even.
What, on the trade block? Is that what he's trying to say?
No. I was just trying to. Never mind. This is a family show. Drew Huggard asks, Who is the rookie of the week in week 1?
I'm going to say he's playing tonight. I'm going to say he's wearing number 25, like Jamal Charles used to for the Kansas City Chiefs. That's who I say is going to win the rookie of the week.
Don't put that on him. Don't do that.
All right. Well, he had a few 1,600-yard seasons. I
know, but
talent-wise, I only focus on the dopeness, and he's got that upside to be Maurice Jones-Drew, like the article that I wrote in the doppelganger thing. But yeah, he's got that kind of potential. Listen, if Andy Reid says you're better than Brian Westbrook on tape, dude, like he said he's better than Westbrook, and this area, everybody knows Westbrook and how great he was. So if Andy, that's high praise already. And and no disrespect to McNabb or anybody else that played with Westbrook, none of them played with Mahomes, dude. So the lanes that are going to be open for this kid, I mean, anything can happen. But I'm so happy that we get to watch it tonight.
So CEH is the rookie of the week
for me. Yes,
rookie of the week.
I think he goes off tonight.
Rookie of week 1.
He goes off tonight. I think he goes off.
Oh, are you talking about just Thursday? Or are you talking about the
entire week? In the entire week. Like he's going to put up something that no other rookie's going to be able to match. None of them have the opportunity that he has.
Correct. Even that opportunity for CEH is just amazing.
Very true.
Even Jonathan Taylor is going to have to compete with Marlon Mack. Dobbins is behind Ingram.
Swift
has been banged up. Zach Moss is behind Singletary. Like maybe Moss has a chance to fall in the end zone 2 or 3 times in that offense and completely destroy fantasy Twitter. But I think CEH gets it done.
I have a friend chatting from Facebook saying, Alejandro Haluski, I see your question here. I'm broke to buy a TV. Will you stream the game for us? Thanks. I would love to do that, but I am not getting copyright infringed by
Is that what would happen? Is that handcuff time for that? Or
yeah. It's not the fantasy football handcuff. That's the.
Oh no, that's no bueno.
No reproduction of this broadcast can be disseminated to any extent without the permission of the national express written consent with the National Football.
I've heard it a million times. You're absolutely right. Wow.
I would have loved to. Dude. Yeah, I can't do that for you, pal. I'm sorry.
That would be cool if we could do that.
That would be cool.
That would be a nice gesture.
I would love to do it for you. I mean, thank you for asking, because if we could, we would.
Yeah, we all watch a lot of Beavis and Butthead, so breaking the law, I would have been down to do it, if I found a way,
All right, so let's just go over some stuff that people may have not noticed yet. They might be listening. They might be checking their rosters, going through it. Cortland Sutton today left practice with a shoulder injury.
That's tough.
How is that going to – what are you doing? Sorry, you broke my concentration.
The first time I'm excited.
How is that what?
How is that impacting your starting roster for this Sunday, considering that you did draft him in the 5th, 6th round, the latest you were getting Cortland Sutton? You definitely drafted him to be your wide receiver too. And now that he is injured on the injury report, does he play on Sunday, Juan? Do you think that's going to happen? And if not,
the MRI came back negative.
Fill-in.
So the MRI came back negative. And then again, we go back to roster construction. Because it is the Monday night game, like you're struggling because that's a really late game. So if you don't have someone in that same game that you can pivot to, like if you made if you took Sutton and then later on for whatever reason you took Judy, then fire up Judy if Sutton's not going. So that's your alternative and you wait. But if he plays, he's a go. And if he's fine, then the MRI came back fine and he's not really too sore, that AC joint should take a week. He should probably not play. But I don't know, first game of the season, they're trying to prove something. He's been itching to play. If he doesn't get hit really hard, like maybe they run certain routes or they use him like a decoy, depending on your roster, if you can pivot. I would pivot. And I have him in a couple rosters, and I'm looking for Darius Slayton, Deontay Johnson, Marvin Jones, or like whoever I can, anybody else that I can pivot to that might be able to get me wide receiver 2 production. I'm going to pivot to that just in case, because it's late in the week for an AC joint. Like you've seen Mike Williams, he's been out with an AC joint since we watched Hard Knocks, and that was filmed like over a week ago. So whether or not Mike Williams plays this week will be a telltale sign as to whether or not Sutton can play on Monday. Both similarly built, 6'4", big wide receivers, and the time frame for Mike Williams, he wouldn't have played last Sunday or last Monday. So maybe Sutton doesn't play. I'd be ready to pivot.
Next question. David Montgomery practiced in full today for the Chicago Bears.
Every injury news has been fake. I'm telling you, we've been ripped off by everybody.
No,
All
if you
of it.
saw the video,
Everybody's
if you
back.
saw the
AJ
video
Green's
of him
back.
getting
got
hurt in
hurt.
Montgomery's
practice,
back. Williams
he
is
got
back.
hurt. He
Who
got
else?
hurt.
He ripped his
today.
groin. He's lucky he's able to play right now. Like I thought he might even miss a week or two. That it didn't look good.
Staged. They staged it.
And
Like
Juan and
the
I were
WWE?
talking. Juan and I were talking a little bit about it earlier with the news of David Montgomery coming back as a full participant. Who would you rather play? And we'll play this Who Would You Rather, and then we're going to get out of here and watch the game.
This is my
David
favorite
Montgomery
game. Yeah.
or the rookie for the Washington football team, Antonio Gibson. Now, Antonio has gotten all this hype now that Adrian Peterson was released by the Washington football team. Antonio Gibson was chanted as a workhorse, and then he wasn't by Ron Rivera. Ron Rivera said it will be a committee. But then he said that, Gibson will most likely get the majority of carries. And going up against this strong Philadelphia Eagles run defense, does that slow him down for fantasy production in week 1 if you do decide to play him over David Montgomery?
It does. I think it does. I know I keep going back to this, but this is actual information. It's not just more Mecole speak. But I benched Antonio Gibson in Dynasty for Mecole, pretty much for that. I mean, I want to see him do well, but pretty much for that reason, because of the Eagles' run defense. I think Mecole's got a better shot.
Juan, what's your take on that?
The injury scares me a little bit to whether or not they might limit David Montgomery. And I think regardless of the Eagles' run defense being as good as it is, I expect the Eagles to be up, and I expect Washington to have to try to come back. And if he's going to be the pass-catching back, which he was a wide receiver in college, I think I might start Antonio Gibson. I'm going to take a flyer on him and put him in the flex. You probably drafted them both around the same. And if you don't have another option and you're stuck between those two as absolutes, then I'm going to take Gibson and take the upside that the Eagles are up. They're playing from behind, and he gets a bunch of late dump offs and late catch swing passes and screens to be able to make up the points. Because, Montgomery doesn't get too much of the passing work with Tyreek Cohen there. So, I'm going to go with Gibson.
I think Gibson would probably be. Oh, it's so tough, man. That's such a good tilt, and we are the tilt is real, and that's a real one right there.
Here's how I'll put it to you.
I'll play it with my heart. And I'll answer the question. I would probably go Gibson, and the reason being over David Montgomery. David Montgomery has not been in practice for a while, so they were preparing to do it without him for a while. Okay, they're going to have to compete.
Good point.
I think the Detroit Lions will be throwing the ball as much as possible and connecting for the most part. It's going to go back and forth a little bit, and you can see this one open up a little bit more than we expect. Antonio Gibson, yes, the Philadelphia Eagles defensive line is strong against the run, but he is a receiving back.
Right.
He can do it all. So, yes, I like Gibson as a flex, not as an RB2, but as a flex.
Yeah, that's a strong spot if you have Gibson in the flex. That you're going to have a good week. You don't want to be that guy that misses out. Like, I know that's crazy talk, right? But Scott Turner, same system. There's been the McCaffrey comparison thing where he's going to get that kind of a workload and that kind of a role. And it's scary if McCaffrey would have come out of college and been 225 like this kid is. So,
True.
Yeah, he could be a workhorse back, and he's going to be involved in the passing game. I really like Gibson a lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are 15 minutes away from kickoff.
Yes, sir.
15 minutes away from kickoff. We want to personally thank everybody for tuning in.
Anyone who listened, absolutely, or tuned in.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
I didn't know anybody was going to be in here. So
this is
awesome.
awesome.
Is super cool. We will be back for another live stream on Sunday
morning.
We'll be able to expand a little more with some more matchups, see whatever happens in the next couple of days. We can figure out who was right about the things that we said tonight.
Yeah.
You guys can either run me
my
over
man Ed Stark
or
hit me on Facebook. Thanks for inviting me to the podcast. I'm sorry about that, my friend. My man Ed, aka the Schmutzmeister. We go way back. He's a restaurant guy like us, and he's living out in Colorado now, my man.
Nice.
Hey, anytime you want to jump on Sunday mornings, you want to talk
sir.
some football, let
Sunday
me know.
chill.
Up. I will add you to the live stream if you want to jump in. You want to talk some real football. I don't have a problem with that. that goes for anybody that's watching that really wants to talk football on Sunday mornings.
Come on in.
From 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., we are going to talk live fantasy football before kickoff on Sundays, go over some injury reports. And that's pretty much it. We have the show every Thursday. It comes out, the Tilt is Real Fantasy Football Podcast. We are live on over 6-7 platforms. Wherever you're getting your podcast, check us out.
Download, listen, and subscribe.
Download, listen, and subscribe, man.
And
Leave
review.
us a nice review. If you're watching this, you got to know us. And we don't have that many reviews, so leave a review, please. Have some fun with it.
Show us a little love. Hey, and enjoy tonight, man. Everybody have fun. Get your DFS lineups in. Get your little prop bets in. Do what you
Cheers, guys.
Yes, and have a little bit of that and have a good time.
All right, and I think that's it, guys. Thanks for joining in, and we'll talk to you soon. All right. Peace out.
Peace. Peace football time.